So, welcome everyone. It's good to see you. Now, today's topic is gratitude, which is this week's topic actually. So, today I'm going to talk a little bit about the power of gratitude as such. And on Thursday, talking a little bit about what opposes gratitude, which is the fault-finding mind. So you have a nice balance between those two. So today it's about gratitude itself and just how beneficial this factor actually is on the path. It doesn't matter what you're really doing in your life, whether it is a worldly endeavor, such as your job or a relationship, maintaining relationship or whatever it is, or whether it's a spiritual endeavor and has to do with how you're training your own mind and break through to the knowing quality in the end. So gratitude can enhance everything that we do in life. It can also enhance who you are, and that's the whole point, right? In the beginning of the path, we are training in what the Buddha calls sila, which is, it can be translated as morality or virtue or restraint. And what we are doing here is we're letting go of negative qualities and we're cultivating positive qualities of the mind, which then translate into positive, wholesome speech and positive and wholesome actions. In other words, things that uplift you and things that uplift other people around you. And gratitude is one of those things that is uplifting, that immediately shifts our attention from what does not work, from what is undesirable, which there is in life. There's a lot of things that are undesirable, a lot of things that are, and that is undeniable, that don't work out. There's always a dark side to everything. And if you are well trained, if your mind is well trained, then you are an expert at finding out what's wrong. That is due to the training that we underwent in our entire lifetime. So we might be really, really good. We might be masters at actually discovering what's bad about my life, what's bad about myself, what's bad about other people's lives and about other people in general, about politics, about countries, about whatever. And some people that come to Thailand, they constantly complain about Thailand, for example. Thailand is bad because of visa regulations, it's bad because of too many tourists, there's too many tourists in Phuket, or there's too much this, too much that, or, regulations are too sloppy, or whatever, So you come to a country and then all you do in this country is just complain day in and day out. That means you have mastered to some degree the art of fault-finding. And that will make you feel accordingly, right? For most people, whatever we do, we are looking for a specific feeling. We're trying to get things in life, like a car or a relationship and so forth, but we're actually not looking for another person to spend time with us. We're actually looking for the feeling that gives us. We're not looking for green paper in our hands. We're looking for the feeling that this is giving us, isn't it? That's what's really important. It's the feeling behind the stuff. The stuff that we're looking for is only kind of like an intermediary. It's helping us to access a certain feeling state. But since we're talking about a feeling, then what is it that keeps us from feeling something that we want to feel right now? Why do we limit our ability to feel to stuff? Let's say, first, before I can feel really nice and happy in my life, I first need this thing. Then I can feel happy and nice. That's actually not true. You can feel happy and nice even without the thing. That's like a great gift that we all have. Very often also overlooked. And gratitude is kind of like an access door that helps you to feel good even without having a lot of extra things. You can start by feeling good about what you have right now. And then you feel good, and that's the point. It's the whole point of what we do here, isn't it? To feel good, to be happy, in other words. And there's many levels of happiness, many different levels. Some are very refined, some are very coarse, but all of them are uplifting. This is what Thai people call bun. Bun means something that is uplifting. It's often translated as merit. It is a wholesome power, a wholesome energy. And this is something that you can accumulate, much like you can accumulate money on a bank account. You can accumulate bun. You can accumulate positive power, which is uplifting you. And it's uplifting those around you too, if you have a lot of it. And then the opposite of that is called ba, which means something like unwholesome qualities or unwholesome energies. Very often kind of in a weird way translated as sin, which then very often people feel like they feel guilty about having these things. Oh, I'm a sinner or something like this. I'm a sinner for being angry or something like that. But that's not really what that is. There's the function of anger, and the function of anger or sadness or depression or whatever it is that you're feeling is to pull you down. It is a pulling energy. It pulls you down. As my teacher said one time, in life, you are standing on a ladder. And there are two ways on a ladder, right? You can either go up or you can go down. And guess which one is easy? It's very easy to go down. All you need to do is nothing. That's how easy it is. Just don't do anything. And it's automatic. Everything will decline. Just, for example, stop exercising your body. Just stop. What will happen to your body? Health will naturally decline. All you need to do is stop moving. Stop using your mind. Don't use it for anything. And all that will happen is it will naturally decline. Even to measurable extent in the brain, there have been very unfortunate research that has been done, I think, in some CIA papers. They did some mind-altering experiments with people, and what they did is they were putting people in a sense-restrained costume. They were not allowing them to see, to hear, to feel. They were tying their hands so they couldn't touch themselves anymore. They couldn't feel anything anymore. And they were left in total darkness. And after about 5 days of that, they completely lost the feeling of self. They lost the feeling of who they were. They were just a bundle of confusion after that. The idea was then to reprogram them into some sort of human weapon. All these fancy, crazy ideas then military comes up with, right? So the idea is that when you do not know who you are, when all this kind of external input stops, you forget who you are. And your brain, the brain has been measurably declining in these experiments. All the nervous connections in the brains have been going, that the brain was shrinking for these people because no more sense input. The brain needs sense input to work properly. And if you take that out, then the brain shrinks, literally. If you're not using your mind, if you're not using the senses, then you lose the ability to work with them. You lose the ability to work with your mind. It declines naturally. That's easy, isn't it? All you need to do is just be comfortable as possible. And we do have this tendency, there is a tendency to kind of not remember the phone number of your friend, but to kind of put it somewhere. Not to remember the appointment, but to have like a timer, a reminder, a schedule. We're not really using memory anymore. We have like devices that store memories for us, that remind us at the right time, which can be good if you have a lot to manage. But in general, it's good to use your memory. If you're not using it, it will kind of decline. You lose the ability to remind yourself. I'm from Germany. I'm mostly not using the German language anymore at the moment, so it declines. Whenever I have to talk in German, it's really awkward. It feels very strange. I forget words. It feels like a wooden kind of strange language to talk. It's very weird sensations. So you want to use a certain quality, and it makes that quality stronger, it makes it grow. And happiness is no different. Happiness, well-being, clarity of mind, it all declines if not properly exercised. And all the qualities that we naturally, habitually exercise continuously, they grow, they become stronger. And so the first task here is to become aware of what it is that we are exercising right now, habitually. What kind of thought patterns, what kind of thought emotional patterns are we exercising mostly? What are you thinking about mostly? And what kind of feelings do you have mostly? Are they beneficial? Are they uplifting? Or are they more harmful? You need to find that out. And in order to find this out, we have to look at our mind. How does it work? Day in, day out. See, what am I doing here? The Buddha's teachings are a lot about what we do. It's a lot about action. It's in fact the question that we want to ask ourselves frequently is, what am I doing right now? And then really be honest. What is it that you're doing right now? Why? What moves you? Why are you doing this? Why do you say what you say? Why do you think what you think? What is it that makes you think these things that you're constantly thinking about? And then question it deeper. Is it the truth? Is what you think, is it the truth? Meaning the content in your head. Is the content of your head the absolute truth of this world? Or is it just content in your head? You need to be really, really specific about this. Is it just thoughts that you're having, maybe? Is it just thoughts? Could that be that all that is going through your head day in and day out might just be thoughts? Or might there be something to those thoughts? And unless you're not seeing, if you're not seeing that it's just thoughts, then there is something to those thoughts. And there is positive and negative to those thoughts. So if you do not have the ability to look right through thoughts and see, it's just thoughts, then we need to learn to work with the positive and the negative forces first. Some people that have very powerful awareness, they can look right through. They're not fooled by thoughts anymore. They can just abandon them. They have the strength, the power, and the trust in life to just let go. But for most of us, to come to a point where we are truly able to let go completely, we have to shape the personality, the character, in a way that is a good vessel to bring us there. That's important. Many times overlooked. Some people say, why are you not just aware? Well, just be aware. And then that's that. Most people have no idea what real awareness actually is. They cultivate maybe counterfeit awareness. An awareness that they think is awareness. But it's still biased. It's still full of duality and here and there and me and this and that and me and other. So it's not really the real deal thing. And in order to approach this real deal thing, we need a lot of positive power. Whatever you need in life, you get it easy if you do have a lot of positive power. A lot of bun, to use the Thai word. So how do we cultivate this positive power? Gratitude is the example. Frequently bring your mind to what you're grateful for. Sometimes it's difficult to think about what you're grateful for right now. Then think about something a long time ago. Is there anything in your life that comes to your mind right now, long time ago, that you're really grateful for? Anything that you feel grateful for, not just think, I'm grateful for this and that, but actually feel grateful for. Something small, maybe. If you're looking in your past, most people can find something. Most people. So far I did not come across anyone who did not find anything they could be grateful for. Now, a bit more recently, maybe a few days ago, a day ago, yesterday, maybe an hour ago, was there anything today maybe that you're grateful for? Something small. Has there been someone today that has been kind to you? Just even a little bit. Someone said something nice to you, like good morning. Someone acknowledged you, that you are there. You know, small stuff. Look for small stuff. Things that you can feel good about that happened to you. And then if you get the hang of this, now what are you grateful for right now? Is there anything that you're grateful for right now? You bring it a bit closer even. Is there anything about yourself that you're grateful for right now? Happiness, do you feel happy? Good. Perfect. Keep going. Gratitude helps you with that. It helps you to keep going. If you're looking at yourself right now, is there anything particularly wrong with your feet? Are your feet working? Are they okay? Can you stand on them? Great. That's good. Is there anything in your body that is not painful right now? Anything that feels comfortable maybe even? How about your elbows? Are they comfortable? Your ears? Do they feel good? So you get the idea, right? You want to find things that you can feel good about. And if you do that frequently, you will start to find those things even in other people. Is there anyone in this room that you feel good about right now? It's not difficult. And you can find nice things about other people. Is there anything that you like about someone here? About their looks? I like your beard, for example. It's a cool beard. You did well there. Whatever it is, find things that you like. And then this is magic. This is basic magic, actually. Very basic stuff. If you start finding things that you like, you start to feel a bit better, a bit happier. And then from the inside out, allow this happiness to grow, train it. Is there anything in the world that you like? Are there any news that you think are really worthwhile sharing? Good news. It's very easy to dwell on what does not work out. I'm really good at this. And if everything works out, my mind is wired in such a weird way that it will find something to worry about. And if it has to make it up, I'm not kidding you. Sometimes happens, I just sit in meditation and I feel really good, and suddenly the mind comes up with scenarios of what might go wrong. What if my wife leaves me? Oh yeah, that would be bad. Then I would be totally alone. Yeah. And then what if you're alone and you slip in the shower and nobody helps you up, and then you're paralyzed in the shower alone by yourself? And nobody helps you. And then you're dead. The only relative left in Germany will die also. And you have nowhere to go. And it just comes out of nowhere. It's just insanity. Sounds weird, right? But maybe you know your mind enough that your mind does exactly the same kind of things. It imagines horrible future scenarios that might happen to you, like things that might go wrong. Unless you might have a well-conditioned mind, then it might think about things that might go right. And so you're looking forward. And you're feeling more happy. The idea is that if you're feeling happy in the present moment, chances are that your future is good. Because that's where your future comes from. It comes from the turns that you make right now. In fact, right now is the only time that actually matters. What is tomorrow or later really is irrelevant. It really doesn't matter at all. But to an anxious mind, this is just so important. What will happen tomorrow? What might go wrong tomorrow, maybe even. So if you see life a little bit like a city and you're in your car is your body, and your mind is the driver, what kind of street are you on right now? Are you on the worry street? Now guess where that leads? And it's a very scary street also, you know. You need to be careful. If you park the car on the roadside, someone might just come and mug you. If you stop at the 7-Eleven shop on Worry Road and you go in there, you might get food poisoning. They might cheat on you. Everyone is after you in Worry Street. Even the trees on the roadside are a hazard. You're not safe at all. Scary place to be. So what can you do right now if you're in your car and you realize, well, I'm on Worry Road, that's my direction. You can turn right now. Or you can turn into the Gratitude Avenue on your right. That's a very nice avenue. It's a very nice street. It's much more pleasant to be on that street than on Worry Street. So this is how you turn your life. Right now, you have this power to steer left or right. And it requires you only that one thing, to wake up to the current state. What state are you in right now? And then shift it if it is a bad state. If you're in a negative state, you want to immediately shift it. Because you're not only training that negative state, with every second that you're dwelling in it, you're making it stronger. Your direction in life is according to that state. So if you really understand this, you want to get out of it immediately. Wow, this is a negative mind state. Right now I'm experiencing life through the lens of fear. What's my direction right now? As I'm experiencing life through fear, where am I heading? What is getting stronger right now? Fear is getting stronger. Do you want that? Do you want fear to become stronger? Then dwell on it. No, but it's not going to be that easy. You can't just decide not to have fear. You need to contemplate the downfalls of it. First of all, is it true? Is what fear is whispering into your ears the truth? There's an acronym, right? FEAR. False evidence appearing real. Is it the truth? Is what fear is telling you about the future? You're doomed. Is this true? Remember the many times in your life that you had fear, and what the fear told you, that this is it. This is the end of the road. Oh my God, it's all going to collapse. And you're still here. You made it. And it wasn't that bad after all. It was just a small thing, really. But the imagination about it was huge. Okay. So that if we cultivate those states which are negative, you want to frequently bring your attention to the downfalls of those states. Like, where are these states bringing you? What's the direction of those states? Ask yourself again and again. You need to ask yourselves, while these states are alive, when you are having fear, in that moment ask yourself, now right now I'm experiencing something that gives me direction. What direction is this giving me right now? Do I want this emotion in my life to become stronger? And if your answers are no, I don't want this emotion to become stronger, then the next question is, then what kind of emotion would you rather feel right now? Which kind of emotion, what kind of mental state would be more beneficial? And here you need to be very skillful also. To get out of fear, what would help you, for example? For me it is receiving my fear with kindness. Just noticing, it is fear, and this fear is not something that I am creating. This is just a habit, like a mechanical thing in my mind that just runs. You push a button and the machine runs. That's all it is. It's just a condition. If I see that, I can receive the condition with kindness. I can be like, oh, hi fear. And I can smile at it and it dissolves right there. It might work for you too. Maybe something else might work. Like contemplating fear. The fear contemplation is something bad is going to happen to me, if that's the contemplation. Then counteract it with the opposite. What if something good is happening to me? What if something good will happen to me? It's equally as absurd as what if something bad is going to happen to me? What if something good is going to happen to me? Because the fact is we don't know what's going to happen to us. So you can pick. Which one is it? Are you going to be worried about something bad, or are you going to look forward to something good? In both cases, you don't know what's going to happen. So you can kind of like talk with your fear like this. Give it some logic. Or you might just directly drop it. If you can, that's just fear, that's not who I am, that's just a pattern, boop, you just drop it. You just leave it. You stop right there. It might also be possible. You have to kind of find out what helps you to drop the pattern. And once you drop the pattern, then fill the gap with something that's a bit more uplifting than fear. A quality. You want to build some skill. The skill of gratitude, for example. The skill of appreciation. Why I just dropped my fear. That's amazing. I could do it. And I feel really good about it. Oh, I could just smile at my fear. It was difficult, but I could do it. Appreciate it. Just a little bit of gratitude. And it will give you more power even to get out of this swamp of old habits. And I found there's just two powers that shift the mind very fast, and it's gratitude and kindness. Both of these. And you can be grateful for how kind you are. And they support each other, gratitude and kindness. Do something kind to anyone that you meet today. Just uplift them a little bit, and it will uplift yourself too. Easy. Not difficult. Buy a bottle of water, give it to someone. Say, here, I bought you a bottle of water. Hydrate. Yeah. Or maybe Anke, she's doing this handstand challenge every day, right? Maybe you see someone else doing a handstand nearby. Go there and tell them, wow. Yeah, you push them over. Exactly, you push them over. And make sure that they know that you're better than them. Yeah. Like uplift people. Show them like, wow, that was a really good handstand. Can you show me a little bit how you did that? You know what? Everyone loves to show you stuff. Everyone loves that. Like, wow, I can see you're really skilled with that. Can you teach me? And then you're in your element. Now you can show someone something. Someone's paying attention to you. Easy to make people happy like that. It's nice. Appreciate them. And you will see something magical will happen to your life. Do that for 1 week. And dwell on gratitude. Dwell on it. Don't let your mind wander off. Don't let it go elsewhere. Stay with gratitude. What am I grateful for right now? What do I love about my life? What is it that's working out right now? And you will find, like automatically, you get better ideas, more clarity in your mind. Like the right kind of people start to surround you. Automatically. Like magic starts to happen. Because your state is attracting exactly what's matching up with it every single time. What you're predominantly dwelling on in your mind, in your emotional state, you're attracting this particular experience of life. And life will always seek to match up with your state. You cannot perceive what's outside of your inner state. You can't see it. It might even be in front of your face. You cannot see it. Like someone sitting at the beach, staring into their phones. They don't see the beach. For them, the beach is gone. There's no beach there. Like that. Even they're sitting right in it. They don't see it. They don't feel it. They're not experiencing it. It's not part of their experience. So that's that thing. That's how it works. Your attention is super important. Where is it right now? Is it benefiting you? If not, what can you do to shift? Bring your attention to something is beneficial. That's uplifting you. This is how it should be. You should enjoy your life. And because it is really nice to sometimes get permission, I give all of you a permission today to be happy. You're allowed to be happy. And you should be happy. That's not because I'm very powerful and you're not, and I can allow you to be happy. That's because sometimes it's good to hear that it's okay to be happy. It's okay to feel good. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with uplifting yourself and uplifting others around you. This is what gives the whole path energy. This is what allows you to feel good at the end of the day when you sit down on your mat and you go into stillness. You have all the power of a life well lived, of a day well spent. No regrets. So make it your task this week to really focus on gratitude. See where it takes you. See how it changes your life. This is your option. Of course, now I'm just pointing to that. You have to do it. This is something to be done. And let me know how it goes. Share it. So I have something to be grateful for too. I can see that you guys are actually trying out some things. You're putting it into practice. You make it work. And just imagine that. You have that little yellow room here. And we're talking about gratitude today. And then you leave this yellow room. And you start making people happy. Making yourself happy. All just because of this yellow room today. Because coming together in the spirit of gratitude, then bringing it out. If this yellow room was your mind, and this outside your life, it's just like how it works. It has to flow out. If it doesn't flow out, what's the point?